You know what your problem is, Ramesses?
What?
You care too much.
And your problem is you don't care at all.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 animated movies you forgot existed.
And look, it's the page!
For this list, we'll be looking at the animated films that often slip from the public consciousness, but deserve to be front of mind. Which animated movie do you wish more people remembered? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, The Chipmunk Adventure.
Mr. Furstein, I beg you to call this off. Don't listen to him, Klaus! We're thrilled to be going!
Movies based on Saturday morning cartoons were a dime a dozen in the 80s. While most of them felt like extended TV episodes, The Chipmunk Adventure was a motion picture through and through. Its vibrant animation can be partially attributed to Disney's The Black Cauldron, which had recently flopped, leaving several gifted animators in need of work. Among them was Glenn Keane, who worked on the Boys and Girls of Rock and Roll sequence before returning to Disney. The globetrotting plot makes leeway for dazzling backdrops, fast-paced comedy, and a variety of songs. Often overshadowed by modern chipmunk movies, this exciting adventure is easily the franchise's finest hour. We dare even say it's more fun than any version of Around the World in 80 Days. Number 9, Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown.
I don't believe it! What are we doing on this ridiculous trip? Look! Nothing around it for miles! This is crazy!
We all know Peanuts from the comic strips and TV specials, but people sometimes forget that Charlie Brown starred in 4 theatrical films between the 70s and early 80s. Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown may be the most underappreciated. Raising the stakes, the plot finds the gang on an occasionally perilous voyage down the river.
One vote we go right, one vote we go left, one vote we go right. I know my vote, I vote we go left. Good grief, that's a tie vote.
At the same time, the film stays true to the franchise's simple charms, with laid-back music and quiet, atmospheric moments. It's one of the series' strongest ensemble pieces, with every principal player being showcased. At the moral center is Charlie Brown, whose personal journey leaves him with a newfound sense of leadership.
Lead on, Chuck! That's enough. The boys will paddle on either side, and I'll steer the raft. That's it, Chuck, you tell us. We'll follow.
Of course, even at his most confident, he's still Charlie Brown. Number 8, Cats Don't Dance.
Since I was a little kitten, I had a dream.
The 90s were a golden age for Disney's animated features, but not necessarily the competition. That's not to say there weren't other studios turning in quality work, although they were released to little fanfare. Cats Don't Dance provided a breath of fresh air, with colorful characters and clever throwbacks to Hollywood's golden age.
Rusty? I'll give you Rusty.
It's reminiscent of a Gene Kelly musical. That is, if Kelly were a cat and Shirley Temple was more like Norma Desmond. The film got lost in the shuffle as Turner merged with Time Warner, bombing financially. Cats Don't Dance nonetheless won the Annie for Best Animated Feature, beating the likes of Hercules and Space Jam. With Warner Archive announcing a Blu-ray release in 2023, perhaps the film's time has finally come.
Get a picture, boys! These kids will be making history!
Number 7, James and the Giant Peach. From Nightmare Before Christmas to Coraline, Henry Selick is the king of stop-motion cult classics.
Mom? What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
You're just in time for supper, dear.
You're not my mother.
Yet, there's one gem that rarely gets as much attention, despite having the word giant in the title. The creepy yet whimsical world of Roald Dahl was tailor-made for stop motion.
Polly, want a snacker? Look out! Sounds like big trouble.
Although Selig's take on James and the Giant Peach is partially live action, even those scenes possess an animated quality with storybook environments. The shift to stop motion gives the film a Wizard of Oz quality, but instead of a yellow brick road, a giant peach carried by seagulls forges our hero's path. With inventive set pieces, well-defined characters, and a timeless story, the film is a peach in every sense. If you haven't already, do yourself a favor and take a bite.
James, are you not coming with us? No! It got my mom and dad. It won't get my friend.
Number 6. The Rescuers Down Under. Between The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, there's a chapter in the Disney Renaissance that's usually skipped over. Taking a break from musicals, The Rescuers Down Under was a thrilling adventure that took full advantage of the era's blossoming computer technology.
Here we go! We'll never make it!
In addition to blending 3D and 2D elements, the film went all in on Disney and Pixar's CAP system, making digital ink and paint the new norm. Despite its technological breakthroughs and exhilarating action, the film underperformed upon release. Since then, it's generally been grouped in with Disney's other sequels.
It don't look good, Miss B. I can't see any way out of this one.
Oh, Bernard, please hurry.
However, this is one follow-up that rises above the call of duty. Down Under is arguably even better than its 1977 predecessor, soaring like a golden eagle.
Well done, mate.
Come on, Marahute. Let's all go home.
Number 5. The Secret of Nim. Don Bluth has directed several animated features throughout his illustrious career. With almost all of them, Bluth typically had to answer to a studio or producer. Bluth's debut feature offered the most creative freedom.
I came here to inform you that the frost is off the ground and moving day is at hand. Prepare to move your very, very odd family. Good day.
That might be why The Secret of Nim is widely considered his darkest, deepest, and most sophisticated film. At a time when even Disney was cutting corners, Nim not only delivered rich, detailed artistry, but also demonstrated why there was room for more than one feature animation studio.
How is it that everyone knows Jonathan?
He was a great friend to the rats of Nim. He himself came from Nim.
Its impact is still felt today, even if the film itself is overlooked. Accepting a Saturn Award for Nim, Bluth said, "Thanks. We didn't think anyone had noticed." With each year, more people are thankfully noticing how Nim helped widen the animation field.
Courage of the heart is very rare. The stone has a power when it's there.
The stone.
Number 4. Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Who are you? What do you want?
I want you, Chucky boy.
Mask of the Phantasm might not have had the same impact as Tim Burton's Batman or The Dark Knight. Of all the theatrical Batman movies, though, this animated feature perhaps comes the closest to capturing the comic book hero's spirit.
I need it to be different now. I know I made a promise, but I didn't see this coming. I didn't count on being happy.
Stemming from the exceptional animated series, Fantasm takes everything to the next level, from the Art Deco designs to Shirley Walker's rousing music. It's debatably the first Batman film to be driven by an involving mystery, reminding us that the Caped Crusader is a detective above all else. The mystery is wrapped in a tragic saga of loss, redemption, and star-crossed romance.
Can we make it work this time?
I want to say yes, but you know it's going to come down between me and your father.
Daddy doesn't matter anymore.
During a period when Batman was beginning to lean back into camp, Fantasm did the character justice. We wish the distributor had too. Number 3. The Brave Little Toaster. If this story of sentient household appliances sounds familiar, that might be because Toy Story director John Lasseter was originally attached. The project eventually went to director Jerry Rees, although it retained a future Pixar alumnus and co-writer Joe Ranft. It may live in the shadow of Woody and Buzz, but the brave little toaster stands out as a surprisingly dark, atmospheric adventure that treats its audience like adults and its central characters like humans, making us genuinely invested in the toaster's fate.
The lamp was awarded a Purple Heart today for being wounded in the line of duty. Lamps across the nation were switched off for a moment of silence in respect for his act of bravery.
As of writing, the film sadly remains absent from Disney+, despite the platform carrying it straight to video sequels. This little treasure is long overdue for a wider audience, or at the very least, a Blu-ray.
I'm picking up something. I think it's a news flash. President Roosevelt has declared today a national holiday in honor of those 5 amazing appliances we've all been hearing about.
Criterion Collection, could you maybe help out, please? Number 2, The Prince of Egypt. Audiences forget that before fully giving in to CG, DreamWorks produced a handful of traditionally animated features like Sinbad and Spirit.
How long has it been, Sergeant?
Sir?
The Mustang. How long has it been tied?
3 days, sir.
Good. Fetch my crop and spurs.
Most fans still consider The Prince of Egypt to be their magnum opus, complete with an epic scope and score that makes the audience feel the weight of Moses' journey. Steven Schwartz's songs add to the gravitas of this immortal story, which doesn't shy away from the darker aspects of Exodus.
When the gods send you a blessing, you don't ask why it was sent.
It's hard to imagine DreamWorks, or any major US animation studio, taking a risk on such a bold creative vision today. Falling by the wayside in favor of mainstream fare, The Prince of Egypt remains something of an animated anomaly.
It seems you do not know what is worthy of honor. A single thread in a tapestry, though its color brightly shine, can never see its purpose in the pattern of the grand design.
Yet, more studios should look to it for inspiration. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Tiny Toon Adventures, How I Spent My Vacation. Dig out that VHS copy and remember the best summer ever.
Don't look now, Patsy.
Bunny burgers!
The Thief and the Cobbler. Just be sure to watch the recobbled cut, not the one given away in Fruit Loops boxes. The Lord of the Rings. The Jackson trilogy is definitive, but Ralph Bakshi's version shouldn't be left in the Shire.
And though 111 years is far too short a time to live amongst such admirable Bagginses and Boffinses, Grubs, Chubbs, Brace Girdles, good bodies, Bulges, Hornblowers, and Proudfoots.
Watership Down. It'll ruin your childhood, but in a good way.
What happened? Our Warren. Destroyed.
Destroyed? How?
Men came, filled in the burrows. Couldn't get out.
Balto. Amblemation's swan song is a true underdog story.
Let me tell you something, Balto. A dog cannot make this journey alone. But maybe a wolf can.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Adventures of Prince Ahmed. If you asked anybody what the first animated feature was, they'd likely say Snow White.
Just whistle while you work, and cheerfully together we can tidy up the place.
While that Disney classic brought many firsts, it was predated by several others. The oldest example that hasn't been lost to time is The Adventures of Prince Ahmed. Director Lottie Reiniger's simple yet meticulous silhouette animation perfectly fits the 1001 Nights inspired story, making the audience feel as if they're experiencing a dream. With her husband Carl Koch serving as its cinematographer, Reiniger and her small crew spent 3 years crafting the cinematic landmark one frame at a time. The film was so innovative for 1926 that audiences didn't know how to respond. With its 100th anniversary approaching though, Prince Ahmed deserves to be a household name.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.